that okay?
Yes.
All right. So, my name is Creighton. I'm a financial advisor. New York Life. Well, New York Life, I'm an agent and registered representative, and then with Eagle Strategy, I'm a financial advisor. That's kind of how it's split up. They are different businesses because of federal regulation. That's kind of what that looks like. So today we'll go over who I am, what I do. I'll give an example of what I do. This is an old example. It's actually more life insurance than it is financial advising, but it's all part of it. It's holistic Q&A after that. So who am I? I'm Craig Vidic. Some current roles in my personal life. I am a husband. This is my beautiful wife, Kayla. That's my daughter. That's weird. I didn't have a picture over there. So that was an old picture. She is 14 months old. She's running around. She's learning how to jump. She loves to say the word duck now for some reason. And she tries to move, but it's just the M. So she goes, and that's what's going on. That's what's doing my life. It is edge of the seat. It's actually that. So yeah, some of the hobbies I like to do. I love to cook. I love to barbecue, smoke meats. I brought in bacon a while ago. Sorry I didn't have it today for you guys.
It was amazing.
It was.
More.
Yeah, so I'll bring in more next one. Maybe. I loved to draw back in college. Stay away from it because it takes a lot of time. I do triathlon, so I have an Ironman that I signed up for. It's not Ironman branded, it's off brand, but it's in Grand Rapids, so I don't have to travel anywhere, which is really nice. I love to woodwork. I also really love bonsai. I recently started with a bonsai tree. When I moved to Michigan a few years ago, and all my bonsai trees did not survive the move. And I was very sad, so I did not do them, but I just purchased a bonsai tree, so I will be updating pictures of that soon. In my professional life, I'm a financial advisor. That picture is from a trip I won based on production over the last year. Very exciting. But what does a financial advisor do? Some people just think they just tell you what stocks and bonds to pick or whatever. But really, it's more about understanding the person's picture. It's everybody's different puzzle, figuring out who they are, what they need, and how best to help them, whether I make money or not. Now, that starts with asking a lot of questions, understanding who they are, what maybe story they tell themselves about money. Some people really don't want to even discuss it at all, don't want to look at it. Other people are open books. And that all bakes into how you interact with a client. The four main points are part of life events of someone with their personal finances. Understanding, you got to understand what money is, how it works, understand your paycheck. Then you look at protecting it, whether it's through various insurance products, savings accounts, CDs, whatever you can do to save and protect the money that you're accruing at your job or your business. Once it's protected, you can look at accumulation. You can take a little bit more aggressive stances towards investing or crypto if you want, whatever. That's the fun accumulation stage. And then the fourth stage that a lot of people hit later on in life is the preservation stage. You're thinking about retiring, you're thinking about passing it on to family members or nonprofits or however you want your estate to settle. That's a very important part that not a lot of people discuss early. So who do I work with? There's a lot. It's small for this side. Usually we go two screens, sorry guys. But the most important people that I work with, my ideal clientele would be businesses and business owners. Right? So with the businesses, I'll go in, I'll take over their retirement account. I can do their benefits, Stefan, or you can take over their life insurance. Just for the retirement account, so we don't have to be passing us off to them. And then as far as for the business owners, I do their wealth management, their full financial plan, analyze where their assets are going. If they're all in on the business, maybe diversify a little bit, and just help them figure out what's going on. Because we all probably know business owners are very in on the business, and sometimes it's nice to expand out from there. Yeah. So this is a case study. This is someone I worked with last year. He is a software engineer out in Iowa, and he's 27 years old, lives with his girlfriend. He has $140,000 a year salary. and he does not spend it. He just sits at home and games. And so he's like, I don't know what to do with it. It's all just sitting in cash in my bank account, and some of it's under my mattress. It's like, okay. We can figure out what to do with that that's safer than your mattress. But yeah, so this is kind of what it looked like for him. So in his pre-tax, this is like 401ks, Roths, that kind of stuff. He only had $7,300. He basically just hit his employer's match, and that was it, which I was happy he was hitting because that is free money. You get a match. He had $64,800 rounded up in his accounts, various accounts, savings accounts, Betterment index fund account, and then 22,000 was in the stable side. So we had over $85,000 just sitting there. That's not ideally positioned. So what we did is we helped balance that out. We upped his pre-tax contributions to make sure he was planning for the future. This guy, he did want to retire early. I think his number was he wanted to retire at 45. And so we kept more post-tax because if you throw a lot more into IRAs, you can't touch until 59 and a half, which if you want to touch those before 59 and a half, you get fees and penalties. And he wanted to avoid a lot of that stuff. So if it was someone else, we might have shifted more to the pre-tax side, but for him, we kept it more post-tax because he wanted to retire early. And then we shifted more up into the variable side, which means more of it was invested, allowing him to grow faster. He was a pretty aggressive guy, so we didn't just throw it into the S&P or a bond fund. It was invested. He's a software engineer, so he likes tech companies. We did tech funds. Now, as far as investment plans set up, we set up with a dollar cost averaging, which means you put a certain amount every month into the account, and then it's just split up across the portfolio. Most of my time at that, or time?
Yep. Yeah. 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay. So yeah, it was, and then he wanted to know how much to put a month into his retirement goal. And so I was like, okay, so if you get $500 a month, it'll take 28 years to get your retirement. If you go throw $2,500 a month in there, it'll only take 14 years. And so we're balancing out, figuring out what he wanted, what he could put aside a month, what he wanted to put aside a month, and that's how that worked. Now that number on the far right is what the account value would be at 65. Because he's living in Iowa and just games, he doesn't have a lot of expenses. So really, that $900,000 was actually more than he needed to just live off of the growth every year, which is awesome. Which money goes for that low. Yeah, so that's kind of how we came up with that plan, what that looked like. So the total picture that we kind of put in place is we put an investment strategy in place. He knows what needs to happen. He understands why it needs to happen the way it is, and that helped a lot. We did get him some life insurance because him and his girlfriend both own it together. So it's not just him anymore. He's not just a single young guy. He actually has someone who would not be able to afford the mortgage if he were to pass away. So that was put into place. He's also thinking about marrying her soon, which is awesome. He created guardrails. He created a structured plan that keeps him in line. When you're bowling and they put up the gutter guards, even if the ball's bouncing around, it's still going to hit a pin. That's what the guardrails are for. He knows how much to put in place. He knows an upper bound and a lower bound of how much you can put in a month and what that does to his retirement picture. We gave him a target. He didn't know how much money he needed to have to retire. So we put that in place. He knows he has his target. Very driven human being, so he's going to do everything he can to hit that target. And we also opened up the conversation with the partner. His partner had no idea how much he made. He didn't know how much she made. She actually ended up having a lot in savings as well, which was awesome because she's very similar. She's very frugal, and that helped accelerate the picture, the retirement picture, because now it's a couple goals, not just his. So we both got in line, which was actually really cool to see. Very rewarding. Yeah, that's kind of a good case study for the people that I work with. Any questions?
So do you work in, you said in Iowa?
Yeah.
Can you work in any state?
So I am licensed in 48 states. I am dropping a bunch this year because they're expiring and bringing other clients in them, like Maryland and California and a few others. But right now I have clients in Colorado, Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Florida. Any Midwest state I'm going to continue to be licensed in over the next 2 years. Outside of that, it's not a really hard process to get licensed. But frankly, I'd like to keep it Midwest. I don't really want to have clients all over the place. Yeah, if I have to travel to them, I like traveling, but I don't want to travel a lot. So I like to keep it Midwest.
You gotta pay per state for your rules.
Yeah. That's why I'm not renewing. Because I think I'm having 20 come up for renewal because I'm being licensed in 48 states. It's offset every 2 years you have to renew. Yeah. So I didn't want to pay it. I don't have clients in those states.
Other than referrals, what's your best lead source?
Networking, really. I do a lot of networking. I'm very active with Grand Rapids Young Professionals, BNI. There's a lot of events that happen on the lakeshore or in Grand Rapids that are just networking events that I'm part of. Yeah.